G'day all, welcome back to Dad versus Son, and we are going to go on with something a little bit simpler for me after Stalingrad 42. We're going to have a go at Combat Commander again, and for this scenario we're going to be playing scenario 6, Paralysed from the West Down, which uses map 6. The situation report is Saint-Mer Anglaise, France, June 7th, 1944. In the evening of D-Day, the German 1058th Grenadier Regiment counterattacked Saint-Mer Anglaise and recaptured the edge of town. Elements of the US 505th Parachute Regiment were ordered to repulse this enemy force the following morning. At dawn on June 7, an American lieutenant by the name of Waverly Ray scouted ahead and came across several German soldiers around a radio, whom he promptly shot dead. Ray hightailed it back to his company to begin the assault, unaware that he had just killed the 8 officers in charge of the Grenadier Regiment's 1st Battalion. Right. So we're starting in 1944, as we said. The VP marker starts on 9 for the Axis. Troop quality is the US are elite with 4 orders. The Axis are line and start with 1 order, and they can get up to a maximum of 3 orders. Each time the time track moves up, they'll gain another order. So at time 1 they'll have 2 orders, at time 2 they'll have 3 orders, and that's where they'll remain. Time starts at 0 with sudden death at 6. Allies are attacking, Axis are defending, and the Allies have the initiative. Open objectives are V and X, which I didn't pull out. So let's see if we can find them. Okay, so X, open objective, elimination points are doubled. And V is that if you hold all the objectives, it's a sudden death win. Which is interesting because the Germans start with all the objectives, so therefore they've just won. No? Okay. Well, you know, it sort of makes sense to me. Righto. So other than that, the Allies have 1 random. We've removed chit W as requested by Special Rule 2. And, whoop, I don't want to see it. So they have 1 secret objective, again, which we're not looking at for our normal fog of war the way I play it, because battalion hasn't got down to company level to let us know what's happening. The Axis will set up from the south 8 hexes deep, which takes them up to sort of this area up here, which encompasses all of the objectives. And then the Allies will set up last 2 hexes deep from the north. The Allies control none of the objectives, and like I said, the Germans control all of them. So let's just have a look at the map and the forces. So as you can see, built up area, lots of roads, lots of buildings, hedges, orchards. Yeah, lots of stuff. Okay, forces wise, the Germans are defending. They have no officers left, but they have Sergeant Esser and Sergeant Biermann. They have 3 parachute squads, 3 rifle squads, 2 weapons teams, 2 heavy machine guns, and 3 light machine guns. So they are weapons heavy, that's for sure. The American paratroops have Lieutenant Ray, Sergeant Smith, Corporal Hubbard, 10 paratroop squads, 2 weapons teams, and 2 medium machine guns. And that's what we have. And the Allies will go first. So what I'll do is I will set up the Germans and the Americans, and then I'll come back and explain why I set them up the way I did. Won't be long. Rightio. So I've set up the Germans, and the way I've done it is basically set them up into 2 platoons. I've got Sergeant Bierman over here with the rifle platoons, and his basic idea is I've given him one of the weapons teams. He's got a heavy machine gun and 2 of the light machine guns. So the idea is this light machine gun can cover this building here, fires directly up this road, this light machine gun, again firing up this road, covering this building as well. Sergeant Bierman here with his rifle squad and the heavy machine gun can provide fire support up this way, up into this building, over this way, over here as well. And if need be, we can move people around because we've got this stone wall in front so that we can spread if need be, but he only has a command radius of 1. I've put Sergeant Esser over here with the 1st platoon. He's got the 3 paras and a weapons team with the heavy machine gun and a light machine gun. Again, way I've put them here is this light machine gun has visibility over this way, over into the orchard here, over into this building here, again up through here to the orchard, and just into here and into here and down this way. This paratroop just helps to cover off this blank area here. We're pretty well stuffed with this one, but they've got to get across to do it, which they can do here if they're smart enough. But I can always start to bring this guy over if need be. The heavy machine gun, again covering here, covering this bloke, covering down here and here. So it's really centralized over covering objective 4. This guy covering this area here and the entrance road. So we've got some blind spots, that's for sure. But until we see how the Americans are moving, there's not much we can do. So I'll pause it there. I'll set up the Americans, and then we can come back and see how they want to tackle things. Won't be long. Righto, the Americans are set up in 3 platoon groups as well. So what I have got is I've got the sergeant over here, Sergeant Smith, with 4 paratroops, a weapons team and a medium machine gun. They're to come down this way, bring fire onto here, try and get across into this area and outflank, take out the left flank of the German forces. On the right, we've got Corporal Hubbard, who's to come down here, secure objective 1, and again, and try and roll up the German right flank and see what he can do. Lieutenant Ray is in the centre with 3 paratroops, a weapons team and a medium machine gun, and they're going to move forward and secure objective 3 and objective 5, and then bring gun support into these areas as well. This guy can always then move around to him, and this guy can always, once these roll up, if need be, move around with the corporal. So this will be our base of fire and our 2 manoeuvre groups. I thought about putting both the medium machine guns in this group, but I decided not to. This is the stronger point, even though it's only got the 1 light machine gun, but they've got the paras in there, and I'm going to need the troops to get in there and basically kick butt as best they can. So that's where we are with it. So let's get started. The Americans will have 6 cards attacking. The Germans will have 4 cards defending. The Germans, again, as per usual, can discard up to 6 cards. The Americans can discard up to 5. But again, the Germans only have one order they can give at the moment. Righto, so the Americans start with a fire, an advance, another fire, a move, another fire, and another fire. So they've got 4 fires, which is, great. Okay, so I think I want to keep the advance at the moment, and one of the fires has got an ambush on it, so I want to keep that at the moment as well. So I've really got 3 fires and a move. Now at the moment, these guys have got nobody to shoot at, these guys have got nobody to shoot at, and these guys have got nobody to shoot at. So realistically, all we're looking at is a move to start with, unless I use the advance as well. So I think what we might do is just use the move to start with, and I'm going to bring up the corporal and his platoon, and this guy is going to move a freebie, and then he's going to move into the house, which costs him 2. So he can now come under fire from here. Can't come under fire from here, can't come under fire from there or anybody else. So he's in there for 2. Can the Germans fire? And they have a couple of fire orders. So they are going to opportunity fire. Yay! And they do have a crossfire as well if we want to use it. So let's see what they can bring to bear. It's only at range 3. So even the weapons team can reach there itself. So the heavy machine gun is 8, plus 1 is 9, 10, 11 into there. I think we'll save the... No, we won't. We're going to use the crossfire as well. That's going to give them 13 firepower. Plus 9 is 22. So they are really, really zoned in on here. So the first thing we're going to do though is objective 1 is now a American. 22 firepower. This guy's in there for 8, and 3 is 11. Do I have anything to help him? And I do. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a smoke grenade. Place smoke in or adjacent to a hex occupied by an American unit with box movement that is currently activated to move. This guy is. I'm going to pop smoke into here. Okay, so we'll grab our smoke, grab a random. Got 2. There we go. And it is a 4. So that's going to cut down by 4. So that goes down to shooting for 18 because of the hindrance. So again, he's in there for 11. No, nothing else. 11 and 11, 22. Saves him getting broken. So that was good. Okay, so he's moved in here for 2. He still has 3 more to move. Now he could jump over here, and that's going to cost him a plus 1. So he could jump here. That would give him 2 into there, 3, 4 to there. Nobody can shoot him, but he can't go any further. And I think it's worthwhile. So he's going to go to there. So the next one to move up will be this paratroop and the corporal. And they're going to go nothing, 1, 2, 3, and again, these guys can fire in here for 8, 9, 10, 11 to here. They have nothing to add to it this time, so it's 11 plus 9 is 20. They really do have it zeroed in. So this guy's here for, 20 minus 3 is 17. Because of the, minus 4 because of the hindrance. I'll just check that again. So this is 9, 10, 11. Minus 4 is 7. Plus 9, 16. Yes, okay. So this guy's here for 8. Plus 1 is 9. Plus 3 is 12. Plus 5 is 17, so he's fine. And the corporal's in there for 7 and 3 is 10. Plus 2, he's hit. And then the last guy's going to come up, and he's going to go 0, 1, 2, and he's going to stop there. Right. Oh, so that's their first move. They're not moving anymore. Get rid of those German cards. What do they want to do now? Do I want to use this advance? I don't need to use an advance over here because nobody can see them or anything else, so a normal move will get them through here. Nobody can see these guys, so I don't really need to use an advance there either. So I'm just going to get rid of the American cards. They get 2 new cards, and the Germans now have 1 order they can give. And they are going to fire. And again, firing over to here for 11, 9, 10, 11. Minus 4 is 7 into here with nothing to help. 7 and 5 is 12. Again, this guy's in here for 8 and 3 is 11. Plus 9, he's fine. And the corporal is in here for 8 and 3 is 11. It was 8, wasn't it? Sorry. Hard to read. Plus 10, 18, and he's fine as well. And that's the Germans finished. And they get 3 new cards. Righto. The Americans finished with an advance and 3 fires and have picked up a rout and a move. No recover. So what I could do is move this guy into here at least, get him out of the open. But I think best off, we're going to use the move over on this side and start to bring the sergeant up with all his troops. So we're going to move all of these at once here. They've got to move a 5. They're going through an orchard. It's only a normal cost to move. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. To here. And now they can be seen by this guy here, who could fire if he wished. And no, because they have no fire command. So we've gone 3 to here. We could go 4, 5 to here. We have 6 movements. So that's as far as they could go. But that's going to then leave them open up to here if they don't get another move or anything. So they're better off staying there this time. This bloke's going to come up. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This bloke will come down 1, 2, and this bloke will come on 1, 2, 3, and they're still all within the command radius. Okay, next. We could fire with this guy into there, but again, he's only firing for 6. which isn't going to do a great deal. The other thing I could do is advance all these guys. That would bring him up here, these two down to here, and this bloke down to here. The only trouble being then is they're stuck out there. I could end up losing the corporal. But again, these guys can only have one order at the moment. So even if they move over, they can't fire to start with. But that's getting rid of my advance if I use it. I don't want to rout. Well, I suppose I could go for a rout. I could try and rout myself. The only way he's going to rout is if I get a 12. Because he's there for 11, so he's only going to go back to there anyway. And that gets rid of that card. So we're going to do that. We're going to rout ourselves. And we get a 5, so nothing happens. So that got rid of that card. That's 2 orders now down. And we'll stop there. And that's 2 more cards for the Americans. And now the Germans have a recover. They don't need to use at the moment. A command confusion, but they've got a ball sighting on that. They've got a move and they've got a rout. They can only give 1. So again, they could try and rout this guy, but that's not going to achieve much. They could move this guy over to here. That way, no matter where this bloke goes, they're going to get a shot at him, hopefully next time. But they've got to hope they get a fire. Or else this bloke could end up jumping into here and taking this guy out. But I think they need to try and do it. So they're going to do a move order. And they could shove everybody over 1. So even if he jumped in and won, then there's a good chance that these guys could maybe take him out next time. This also, they can shoot. Can't shoot there. They can still shoot with the heavy machine gun down this way. And they'll have shots to here, which is good. And this light machine gun comes over and still covers this way. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to activate the lot of them. He's going to move over to here. These guys will all move over to here. And this guy will move over to here. And that's their turn done. Which brings us back to the Americans with an advance and 3 fires. And they've picked up a command confusion and a fire. Okay. So they could have opportunity fired into here. Yes. Understandable. But I didn't want to. So what we're going to do now is for the Americans' first one, we're going to actually do the advance. We're going to advance this guy into here. Like that. Do the Germans have anything to help? And they do have an ambush, which they're going to use. Which flips our little paratrooper over. We also have an ambush that we're going to use, which flips him over. Now we could leave it there at a 4-2, but I'm going to use my other ambush. And he is dead. My little man. Wins by default. So we've taken out one of their LMGs and we've taken out their first rifle squad. And because of Objective X, elimination points are doubled. That's 4 VP that we pick up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the Germans are down to 5. All right. Yay. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Again, we could fire. And we could fire from these guys over to here. Now this guy's not going to get a shot, but all these are going to get a shot into here. So let's do that. So we're going to fire. It's range 1, 2, 3, so everything here is in range. We're going to use the paratroop as the lead. Doesn't matter, it's the same as the medium machine gun. So we have 8, 9, 10 firing into here. And we're going to, that's it, we've got nothing else we can use. So we have 10. Plus 4. 14. That was pretty crappy. Okay, and the Germans do have a concealment they could use, but I think they want to hang on to that because it's got, that's actually a route card. Not that it's going to do much good. This bloke's sitting here for 12. So this guy is sitting here for 11 anyway, so he should be fine. And he gets an 8, and he is. And the Americans cannot do anything more, and they get 4 new cards. The Germans are left with a recover, a rout, and a command confusion. They can't use the recover at the moment for anything. They could use the rout just to get rid of the card and try and rout these two. Again, this guy's here for 11, this guy's here for 11, so it means pulling at 12 to do it, but it gets rid of the card. Or we throw the rout. We've got the command confusion, which has got bore sighting on it, and that's why I've hung on to it at the moment. So it gives a +2 when firing the heavy machine gun, which is what I would like to do to fire into there. So I think what we'll do is we'll just try and rout them. We'll try this guy first. So again, he's in there for 8 plus 3 is 11. And we pull a 10, not quite. And again, 9 and 3 is 12. And nothing there. And that's all that the Germans can do. They get 2 new cards. And we're back to the Americans with their fire and command confusion, and they pick up a fire, artillery denied, artillery request, and a move. Okay. No recovery. Right. Do, 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 do. It's an interesting one. I think we might bring up the lieutenant. So we'll do that. So we're going to move. We'll activate all the lieutenant's men. So this bloke is going to move first, and he's going to go into objective 5 and pick it up. So we now hold 2 of the 5 objectives. So that's 1. Well, I suppose in buildings it says move 2, so that's 2 into there. So he could come forward again to here, which would then give this little fella a shot if he wanted to take it, but would not give a shot over to here. Would not give a shot over there. So he's gone 2, he'll go another 2 to there for 4. Okay, do they have a fire order? And they don't anyway. Okay, I don't think he needs to go any further forward at the moment. So this guy is going to come forward, and he's going to go 1, and then it's going to cost him 2 to jump the hedge. Yep, +1 for the hedge. Sorry. And 2 to end the building is 3. all told. So he goes into there for 4, and we take objective 3. And can anybody shoot at him? And that's a damn fine question. We know that this bloke can shoot at him. And yes, the heavy machine gun can shoot at him as well. Right. But again, they don't have a fire order, so nothing's going to happen. And then we're going to move these guys forward. 2, 4, into there. And they're in the building there as well. So that's their first order. Their second order is going to be a fire. And again, what we're going to do is bring fire from here down on this little fella here. So again, we have 8, 9, 10 into here. Plus 6 is 16, and we have an American sniper firing, and he hits at E4. And E4 is all the way up here. So I think this bloke tripped over the stairs and fired a round off. So we're firing for 16 into here, and he's there for 11. I think we will use his concealment. No, we're not going to. 11. We should have. Plus 5 is 16. So he is suppressed. Damn it. I thought he had a good chance of not doing that. Oops. Okay. And there is really nothing else the Americans can do, so they'll get 2 new cards. The Germans have a recover, a command confusion, a move, and a command confusion. And this time I think we've got to get a fire going, but I think we need to move. Do we want to move out of this guy? No, I don't think so. Okay, so we're not going to move, so let's ignore that. We'll get rid of the command confusion, and we'll also get rid of the other command confusion. So we're going to get rid of 3 cards for them, 3 new cards for them. They're just keeping their recover. The Americans have 2 artilleries, 1 denied, 1 request, a fire and a command confusion, and have picked up a fire and another artillery request. So I think that, again, they're just going to try and get rid of cards. So they're going to get rid of the artillery cards, the command confusion, and get 4 new cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're back to the Germans with a recover, an artillery request, a move, and a fire. Right, okay. So I think this time they've got to fire, and they are. They're going to activate everybody here. So this guy can fire over here. These guys can fire into here. So we'll do this one first into here. So he's firing for 5, plus 1 is 6 into here. Minus 4 is a whole 2. With nothing to help. 2 plus 4 is 6, but we do have a German sniper, and he's hitting at F1, which is all the way up there and does nothing. Okay, so we have this guy here for 11, plus 9, he's fine, and we have Corporal Hubbard there for 11, plus 10, and he's fine as well. Now these guys firing into here. So the machine gun will be the primary. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12 into here. And we're going to use our hand grenades as well. So that gives us 14 into there. Plus 9 23. They really want to get rid of that little American there. And this little man is in here for 12. Do I have anything to help him? No. I do have a light wounds, but no, I don't think it's worth it. Okay, so 23 into here. He's sitting there for 12. An 11 will suppress him. A 12 will save him. Here we go. And we get a 6, and he's dead as a dodo. And that's the first American killed, and the Germans get their 4 victory points back, and they're back to 9. Right, and that's all they can do, and they get their 2 cards back, and we're back to the Americans, who have 2 advances, a rout, 2 fires, 2 routes, and 2 fires. No recovery. Don't have a move. Okay, so I think the first thing we are going to do is fire. And we're going to fire. We're going to activate Lieutenant Ray and his people to fire. So this guy can shoot into here. This guy can shoot into here. And these guys can shoot into here. So I'm going to do this one first. So he's firing for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's in range. No hindrance. So firing for 6. We have nothing to add to that. So it's 6 plus 5 is 11. And this little guy's in there for 11 plus 5, and he's safe. Then this guy firing over here again, 1, 2, 3, in range, firing for 6. Plus 7 is 13, and an American event. And the event is mission objective. Draw 1 secret objective chit. So the Americans now have 2 secret objectives. And there it is. Righto, so we're firing for 13 into here. Again, this guy is now in here for 10. Plus 4, and he's safe. Which leaves these guys firing into here. Range of 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, can they? That's an interesting question. No. Ooh, I'm going to have to check that with the Duva. Hang on a tick. I'm just going to pause this and have a look. Oh, in fact, I won't pause it. I'm just going to move this over so I can get in here and have a look. Yes, they can get a shot. Rep our reader. Okay, just bring this back. Straighten it up a bit. Okay. So everybody here is in range except for him. So again, we'll use the paratroop as the lead. I think. Well, we'll use the machine gun as the lead. So we have 8, 9, 10 into here, and we're going to use sustained fire. Gives us 12 into there, and that's it. So we have 12 plus 7 is 19, and we have an American event again, which is dust. Place smoke in a random hex. Okay, so the random hex is going to be J10, which is all the way down the bottom here, and the random smoke is a 3 down in there. Okay, so we're shooting for 19 into here. And the Germans don't have anything to help. Righto, so our little weapons team is sitting in there for 8, 10, 13. Plus 5 is 18, which is not enough and is hit. And Sergeant Esser is in there for 11. Plus 8 is 19, so is actually suppressed. He ducked out of the way. There he goes. Okay, so what else can the Americans do now? They suppressed this, they suppressed that. I think it's worthwhile now to play an advance, and we're going to advance these guys. So they're going to come over one. In fact, he's going to stay there. He's the only one I can advance there unless I advanced him. So he stays there. That's one advance to there because he's still broken. And the other advance is going to be over here with Sergeant Smith. And all of his people are going to advance 1 hex. Like that. So that's 3 orders. We have 1 more order we can give. And I don't think we care. We don't want to at the moment. And 4 new cards for the Americans. We're over to the Germans, who have an artillery request, a rout, a move, and a move. They don't want to move anywhere, that's for sure at the moment. So we don't want either of those cards. Routing at the moment is basically useless, and the artillery request is basically useless. So they're going to get rid of all 4 cards, get 4 new ones, and we're back to the Americans. Righto, so they finished with a fire and a rout and have picked up a move, a recover, a fire, and a command confusion. Okay, so wow. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is a recover. And we're going to try and recover our little corporal here, who's sitting in there for 11. We get a 5, so he's recovered. Then we're going to use our move, and we're going to move the corporal and his troops. Yeah, this will be fun. Okay. So this guy is going to move to here, like that. And the Germans can see him, and they do have a fire order. And they're actually going to use wire as well. Place wire into a hex in which a unit just moved or advanced. So first up, they're going to put wire in that building. And why not? That's a sneaky thing to do. So they've placed wire in there. They are going to fire. So everybody here can shoot. So it will be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 into here with nothing to help. Plus 5 is 17. And we have this guy in here for 8 and 3 is 11. Minus 1 is 10. And that's it. 10 and 10 is 20. He's safe, and we have an American sniper hitting at E6, which is over here. So we're going to take out the weapons team because he's already broken, which gets rid of their heavy machine gun. And that gives us, again, 4 victory points, bringing it back down to 5 for the Axis. Right, so he's moved. He moved over the wall, which cost him +1, so that's to 3 to there. So he's going to stop there. This bloke is now going to move down here, so that's 1, 2. And then he is going to go into here. 1, 2. Yes, 3, 4, 5 into there. He can fire again. So again, he's firing for 9, 10, 11, 12. +7 is 19, and we have a German event, which is breeze, remove all smoke markers, and fires would move. So this smoke's gone, and this smoke is gone. Okay, so he's firing 19 into here. So this bloke is in here for 8, +1 is 9, +3 is 12, -1 is 11. And in fact, no. As we moved into there, we threw smoke. No, we couldn't throw smoke. Bugger. That was a hand grenade anyway. But no, I couldn't throw smoke because he doesn't have boxed movement. So forget about it. We've got 19 into here, and he has 8 and 3 is 11. +1, -1 there. So 11 +5, and he is hit. And the corporal is in there for 6, and 3 is 9. +11 is 20. Ha ha ha. Well done, that man. So he's safe. Righto, this bloke moves up. He goes 1, 2. This bloke can't fire. This bloke can. When I activated this, I activated the whole thing. So this bloke can fire now. And he's firing for 5, and 1 is 6 into here with no hindrance anymore. Nothing else to help. 6 and 4 is 10. Pretty useless because this bloke's in here for 11. +7, he's fine, but we have an American event, which is sappers. You may remove 1 mines or wire marker. So we will remove this wire marker. That was handy. Righto, so that's that. That's our move done. We are now going to fire. And we are going to fire first. I'm going to activate these troops here. So this bloke can fire into here, and this guy can fire into here, and these guys can fire into here. So I'm going to do these first. They're going to form a fire group. So we have 6 +1 is 7 into here. With nothing to help. So it's 7 +4 is 11. Again, not real flash. And this bloke's in here for 7 +3 is 10. +9, and he's fine. These guys now fire across into here. So they're firing for 8, 9, 10 into there. Plus 4. 14. And again, he's in there for 11. Plus 8, and he's fine. Okay, so that's 3 orders. We can give one more. And I think what I want to do is fire again. And I'm going to fire with this mob here again. So this guy's going to fire first down to here. He fires for 6. Plus 9 is 15. A little bit better this time. This guy's in here for 11. Plus 7, he's good, but we have a German event, which is Fog of War. Each player places 1 card at random from his hand into the discard pile. Okay, so Germans first. They have 2 cards, a fire and an artillery request. And they're going to lose their fire. And the Americans have a rout and a command confusion. And they're going to lose their command confusion. Okay. So that was that fire. For 15. And he's safe. Now we're going to fire here into here, again firing for 6. Plus 7 is 13 and an American event, which is shell holes. Place foxholes in a random hex. Okay, so the random hex is A6. Grab some foxholes. And A6 is right where Sergeant Smith is. That was well done. Okay, so we have 13 into here, and again, he's in there for 10. Plus 8, and he's fine. And then we're firing from here back into here. So again, we have 6, 7, 8 into here. Sorry, 8, 9, 10. Into here. 10 plus 8, 18. And we have Sergeant Esser in here for 7 and 3 is 10. Plus 6 is 16. But we have a German sniper first, hitting in K1, which is all the way up here and does nothing. So Sergeant Esser is hit and suppressed. And that's all the Americans can do. And they'll get 5 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're down to the Germans, who have 1 card left, which they can't use. So they get rid of that and get 4 new cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll call it quits there for this video. So we're still at time 0 of 6. The Germans have 5 victory points. The Americans have succeeded in capturing 1, 2, 3 objectives so far. They still need the other 2. If they can get those, then it's a sudden death win. The Americans have lost 1 squad at the moment. The Germans have lost a rifle squad and a weapons team, along with a light and a heavy machine gun. And they're starting to get a bit chewed up here. They're holding pretty bloody well here, because this was their heaviest firepower anyway. And poor old Corporal Hubbard's platoon group has taken a bit of a beating. So, all in all, the Americans are doing well, and I'm surprised the Germans have been as chewed up as they were. That was just very lucky draws for the Americans, I think, in a lot of that. So,
Be good, take care, and I will see you for the next exciting episode later. Bye for now.